Uncle Sam, 1996. The movie opens in Kuwait on June 14th, where Master Sergeant Sam Harper, crash landed in his helicopter. He's burnt to a crisp. But then all of a sudden, he wakes up, snaps some dude's neck, takes his gun, shoots through him to hit another guy, says, "Don't worry, it's only friendly fire," and then he passes out and dies, assumedly. Fast forward, Twin Rivers, USA, not even a state, just USA, July 1st. Sam's wife has zero shock when some sergeant shows up and tells him he's dead. She actually says, "You mean he's not alive?" And I'm sitting there thinking, my God, could you have just a little bit of emotion? But it turns out he's actually kind of a piece of shit. We learn this way far into the movie, towards the end, that he beat his wife, and he may have raped his sister since she was 6 years old. It's not entirely said that he did that, but it's kind of implied, because she's like, "The things he did to me since I was 6. It's like, okay, what did he do? But that's kind of implied, so it's like, fuck, man, I'm kind of glad this guy is dead. I can understand why she has no emotion that her piece of shit husband is dead. Then fast forward like a day, maybe two, I don't know. It's not said, but the casket shows up at the house, which seems really weird. Is that a thing when somebody's loved one dies in war, or just overseas in general, while in the army, the Marines or whatever? Do they bring the casket to the house? That just seems weird that they don't bring it to a morgue or just right to a funeral home or something, you know? And it turns out this guy's nephew, Jody, is absolutely obsessed with him. He thinks he is this ultimate hero. He, of course, learns that he's not, because, his mother and aunt tell him about the beatings and whatever else he potentially did. So it's like, oh, my uncle isn't a hero. He sucks. And Isaac Hayes is also trying to convince him, because he shows up out of nowhere. He's like, "Oh, no, your uncle, he just liked killing people. He's not a hero, blah, 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 blah." And the kid's like, "Oh, no, I'm going to do that too. It's fine." So what kickstart the slasher part of this movie is these three douchebags are in a cemetery, and they're burning an American flag. And I'm sitting there thinking, how in the hell did they get that approved? But the remnants of the flag and the flames are landing in his open grave. He's not even in the grave yet. And all of a sudden, he awakens, and he gets out of the casket. He goes to the kid's room, takes out the medals. The kid has his medals for some reason. It's only explaining oh, he gave them to me. Why? And he's pinning them on his burnt flesh. He's wearing his military jacket, but he instead just goes like this, and he's just pinning them onto his blackened, burnt flesh. It's like, okay, that's weird. And how he gets the Uncle Sam costume is that this dude is on the giant stilts in the Uncle Sam costume. He's watching this chick take her towel off, but then he runs away because he's caught, and then he just kills the guy off screen so he can get the costume. He finds these three douchebags. One he buries alive. Another one he hangs like a flag. And then another one he kills the next day at this big 4th of July party by chopping his head off. But also on that day, he kills this teacher, which we find out a little earlier in the movie that he protested the Vietnam War. So Uncle Sam would consider him a coward. So he, of course, kills him with a hatchet and right in the head. He steals a carnival gun, right off of the carnival game in front of the guy who's in charge of the game, and he doesn't say a thing. He just walks away with the gun and nothing happens. He blows up some random senator, which is not really explained at all why the senator is there, other than to make a speech, which is random as fuck. But he explodiates him on a fireworks display. In what is a fantastic shot. It's probably the only really good shot of the entire movie. He impales a cop on an American flag. It's such a cool visual. It's fucked up, but it's a cool visual. And then the big reveal of him without the mask on. He's got this, this long burnt up hair. But in the beginning of the movie, when we see him burnt up in the helicopter, all of his hair is gone. All the hair already burned up, it's gone. He's bald. So why does he have hair all of a sudden? And the big ending, they hit him with a cannonball and the house just randomly explodes. That's it. That's it. That's the movie. It's ridiculous. The acting is absolutely shit. Like, it is some really bad... Even the child actors is so bad. Like, so bad. Like, even for 96. Like, you couldn't find a couple of kids who could actually act. It's like they just, like, oh, hey, I like this kid. And they, like, pulled him off of the street. And they may turn him into an actor or some shit. The only decent performance in the movie is Isaac Hayes, though he's still not that good. But just in general, Uncle Sam is boring as fuck. It just kind of moves along at the slowest possible pace. The kills, most of them are off screen. We barely even see anything. The premise is just lame as fuck. This guy comes back to life to punish Americans who he feels aren't American, I guess. I don't know. The movie is just dumb. It's so dumb. Like, it's not even a fun dumb. It's just dumb. Uncle Sam gets 5. Did you enjoy the review? Make sure to leave a like and subscribe to see a new Craptacular Horror Review every week. Feel free to leave a comment to discuss your thoughts on the movie, or if you have a film you'd like to see reviewed in the future. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.